You were never supposed to see this at just any time. This is one of those moments that was written in divine timing when the heavens lean a little closer to your soul. A whisper from the sky is reaching out to you right now. And do you feel that strange mix of calm and urgency? That's not just your imagination. That's a soul in heaven who loves you deeply, standing beside Archangel Michael, begging that you don't scroll away. They've been trying to reach you. They've been waiting for this second, they've seen your tears. They know your confusion. And they have a message that could change everything. Before we go on, pause just for 1 second because this is sacred. What you're about to hear was hidden from you until now. Someone you love so much who has passed on is watching you right now. Not in fear, not in judgment, but in divine hope. They've seen something approaching, something that you don't see coming, but it's close. Closer than you think. And they asked Archangel Michael with all their heavenly strength to deliver this message directly to you before it's too late. Michael says, "You have 3 minutes left to hear what heaven begged me to give you. If you miss this, you miss everything. There's something you need to understand. This person in heaven is not at rest until your soul feels safe again. They see what others do behind your back. They hear your name in rooms you've never entered. And even when you're asleep, they are beside you trying to block what's coming toward you in silence. But they can't do it alone anymore. Michael says your permission is needed. Heaven cannot intervene unless your heart says yes. That's why this message found you. Now you are not reading this by mistake. You were chosen to see this at this very second because your destiny is shifting faster than anyone told you. They have been trying to speak to you through dreams, through repeating signs, through music, through random strangers, but nothing caught your full attention until now. And if you're still here, still reading, then heaven knows you're finally listening. That's why they've sent a stronger messenger this time. Michael himself, he doesn't come unless something critical is happening. He says that if you knew the full truth behind what's being arranged behind the veil, your knees would drop. But heaven will reveal it gently so your spirit can rise, not fall. Before we go deeper, pause and breathe. You're doing something powerful. You're opening a spiritual window, and if you want to keep receiving private direct messages like this from God and Archangel Michael, whispers only meant for your soul, make sure you subscribe now to receive your next divine instruction because someone from heaven might try again tomorrow. Don't miss them twice. Now, listen closely. The person in heaven who's been watching over you is not just trying to protect you from pain. They're trying to rear out your path toward a promise that God made for you before you were even born, but every time you delayed your purpose, every time you doubted your worth, a little piece of that path dimmed until now. Archangel Michael says the light is coming back. But only if you let go of what's been secretly draining your energy. There's someone in your life who carries a false smile, but their energy has already been noticed by heaven. Your loved one is whispering, "I saw what they did when you weren't looking." Do not ignore this sign. This isn't about fear, this is about freedom. Michael says, you were born with spiritual gold in your hands, and it's time to take back what was stolen from you emotionally, spiritually, and even financially. You felt it, haven't you? That something's been off, like something is being delayed or blocked in your blessings. Your loved one in heaven has been trying to intercept the energy, but this time it requires your voice. Say this out loud after reading. I give heaven permission to clear all hidden interference from my life. Say it with power. Say it like your spirit is ready for the miracle to begin. There's someone who has spoken about you recently. Someone who isn't living on earth anymore. They are remembering moments you forgot. Little conversations you had with them that they treasured more than you realized. They're sending memories to your mind lately. They know what you're struggling with and they want you to remember you're not alone. Not for 1 second. They're helping rewrite a future that once looked like it was slipping away. God is using them as a witness because your name has been spoken in divine meetings. Someone powerful on earth is about to be moved toward your life and heaven doesn't want you to miss the moment. Michael says there is a 24-hour window forming where something will happen that doesn't make sense at first, but it's spiritual. It's a divine setup. The person you lost in the physical realm asked for this exact alignment to prove to you that they're not really gone. They just shifted form. You'll know this moment when it comes. It will feel like déjà vu mixed with a sudden warmth. Don't ignore it. That is the signal. That is the moment when the angels will begin repositioning the blessings you thought were taken away forever. You may not understand how heaven works. That's okay. You don't need to understand it all, but your soul does recognize truth when it feels it. And that flutter in your heart right now is no accident. Your soul remembers the love this person gave you. A love so strong that not even death could end it. That love is what's trying to touch you right now. They see how tired you've been. They see the weight you've been carrying. And they came all this way through divine dimensions just to say, don't give up now. You're closer than you think. God is placing certain people on your path starting today. People who are drawn to your light. People who will speak your name in rooms of opportunity. Michael warns, don't let old betrayal make you block new blessings. What's coming isn't like what you lost. What's coming is sacred. But if your hands are still full of old wounds, you won't be able to catch what's next. Let it go. Release it. Say, I am ready to receive heaven's rearrangement. Because that's exactly what's beginning. Even now, while you read this, angels are moving in your direction. You may not understand how heaven works. That's okay. You don't need to understand it all. But, your soul does recognize truth when it feels it. And that flutter in your heart right now is no accident. Your soul remembers the love this person gave you. A love so strong that not even death could end it. That love is what's trying to touch you right now. They see how tired you've been. They see the weight you've been carrying. And they came all this way through divine dimensions just to say, don't give up now. You're closer than you think. God is placing certain people on your path starting today. People who are drawn to your light. People who will speak your name in rooms of opportunity. Michael warns, don't let old betrayal make you block new blessings. What's coming isn't like what you lost. What's coming is sacred. But if your hands are still full of old wounds, you won't be able to catch what's next. Let it go. Release it. Say, I am ready to receive heaven's rearrangement. Because that's exactly what's beginning, even now. While you read this, angels are moving in your direction. The person in heaven who asked for this message says, you still haven't forgiven yourself for something you did or didn't do, but they already did. They saw your heart. They never needed an apology. They needed you to heal. And that's why they won't stop trying until you realize you are still deeply loved. The very moment they crossed over, they began working to make sure you would never feel alone. And right now, they're closer than your next breath. Archangel Michael says, they placed your name on my shield. I will defend you until the darkness is done. There is someone around you right now who doesn't understand your energy. That's okay. It's not for them to understand. It's for you to protect. You're not meant to explain your calling to people who were never assigned to walk with you. Michael says this is your permission to stop watering dead connections. The spiritual pruning has begun. What falls away now is only what was fake. The real will remain. Your loved one in heaven is smiling at this part. They always knew you were meant to break generational chains. And now you're doing it. They want you to watch for 3 signs over the next few days. 1. A name that keeps repeating. 2. A dream that feels more real than life. And 3. A stranger who tells you something that oddly answers your private prayer. Those are not coincidences. That's heaven replying. And when it happens, whisper back, I see you. I'm ready. Because you're not just being guided. You're being positioned. You are stepping into the part of your life that was always meant to be golden. This message was not just a warning. It's a divine unlocking. God hasn't forgotten what you were promised. That person in heaven hasn't stopped praying over your name. And Archangel Michael hasn't left your side since the day you cried. And no one knew why. You have 3 minutes left to decide whether you let this go or take it in deeply. Heaven is watching your heart lean forward. Don't stop here. Read this again if you need to. Let it wash over you. Let the tears fall. Let your soul feel what your mind can't yet understand. The person you love, the one who left, they didn't really leave. They're right here and they're whispering, please don't skip this. They're whispering because they know how fragile your heart has been lately. They remember how strong you used to be. And even now they know you're trying every single day to carry burdens no one can see. But they've also seen how close you came to giving up. That's why they went to God. That's why they begged Michael to deliver this message. Because they knew that if you saw these words right now, something inside you would shift. Something would wake back up. And something would break that chain that's been holding you down too long. You're not late. You're not forgotten. You're right on time. There's a spiritual courtroom in heaven where prayers become evidence. And guess what? Your name has been mentioned there. Not just by the person who crossed over, but by angels assigned to your future. The darkness that tried to silence your soul, it has been overruled. Michael says there is now an open door, one that can't be shut by gossip, betrayal, or delay. You were supposed to walk through it months ago. But the timing wasn't yet divine. Now it is. And the voice in heaven that loves you most is pushing that door open for you. All you have to do is walk through it. You might feel unqualified. You might feel too broken. But heaven isn't looking at your past like people do. They're looking at your potential. Your pain didn't cancel your purpose. It purified it. You've already passed tests you didn't even realize were tests. The fact that you're still standing right now, still breathing, still reading this proves one thing. You are being watched over, protected, and anointed. There's something inside you that hasn't been unlocked yet. And this message is the key. Let it in. Say, I'm open to the miracle that has my name on it. Say it again louder this time because heaven needs to hear your spirit say yes. The person who's in heaven who asked for this to reach you, they left something behind when they crossed over. A blessing, a promise, an invisible inheritance. And it's yours. But it was locked until this exact window of time, until your heart softened enough to hear this, until your courage returned. Until you were ready to heal, not just hurt. And now it's here. It's all aligning. The delays you've been facing weren't punishment. They were divine pauses to protect your promise. But now the lock is being opened slowly, softly, spiritually, and the very thing you thought was lost forever is about to come back into your hands in a new and unexpected way. Michael says not to worry if certain people start distancing themselves from you now. Don't chase what God is trying to remove. This part of your journey requires a clearer space, a quieter circle, and a stronger spirit. You are being upgraded spiritually. The person in heaven who loves you, they prayed for this very shift to happen because they didn't want to see you surrounded by people who didn't value your soul. They saw what you refused to see. And that's why they're fighting for your breakthrough from where they are now. You've cried for a protector. You have one. You've cried for a sign, this is it. The person who's in heaven who asked for this to reach you, they left something behind when they crossed over. A blessing, a promise, an invisible inheritance, and it's yours. But it was locked until this exact window of time, until your heart softened enough to hear this. Until your courage returned, until you were ready to heal, not just hurt. And now it's here. It's all aligning. The delays you've been facing weren't punishment. They were divine pauses to protect your promise, but now the lock is being opened slowly, softly, spiritually, and the very thing you thought was lost forever is about to come back into your hands in a new and unexpected way. Michael says not to worry if certain people start distancing themselves from you now. Don't chase what God is trying to remove. This part of your journey requires a clearer space, a quieter circle, and a stronger spirit. You are being upgraded spiritually. The person in heaven who loves you, they prayed for this very shift to happen, because they didn't want to see you surrounded by people who didn't value your soul. They saw what you refused to see. And that's why they're fighting for your breakthrough from where they are now. You've cried for a protector. You have one. You've cried for a sign. This is it. There is still something they need you to know. Something they couldn't say before they passed. They want you to stop blaming yourself. They saw how broken you were when they left. They know you didn't get to say goodbye the way you wanted, but they heard your thoughts. They saw your tears. Every time you whispered, "I miss you," into the silence. They heard it louder than thunder. And they want you to hear this now clearly and without doubt. I never left you. I walk beside you every day. And I'm proud of you for surviving what should have destroyed you. You're going to notice something strange in the next few hours. Something small but undeniable. Maybe a scent that reminds you of them, a song that hits too perfectly. A sudden feeling like someone is near you when no one's in the room. Don't brush it off. That's them. They're closer than you think. Michael says they are allowed to visit you now. Not in dreams, but in presence. They've been given heavenly permission because your heart is finally open again. Your spirit is aligned again. And your energy is strong enough now to feel them again. Don't ignore what you feel. You're not imagining it. You're experiencing heaven. You were meant for more than just surviving. You were meant to inspire, to glow, to rebuild what was torn down. The person in heaven who loves you. They always knew this about you. That's why they never left your side. That's why they kept sending messages through signs and people and moments, because they didn't want you to forget who you are. You are not your trauma. You are not your worst mistake. You are not broken beyond repair. You are healing. You are holy. You are becoming the version of yourself that heaven always saw in you. And it starts now. If you're wondering why you've been feeling emotional lately, this is why your spirit was sensing this message coming. You may have felt tired for no reason. You may have cried without knowing why. You may have felt drawn to silence or pulled into memories. That was the preparation. Heaven was softening your heart for this exact moment. Michael says, timing in the spiritual realm is never random, this was orchestrated. And the person in heaven who requested this, well, they're finally smiling because they see you receiving what they've been trying to say for so long. There's someone alive right now who will be used by God to bless your life significantly. You haven't met them fully yet, or you don't know their full intention. But they're coming. And the person in heaven is part of the team aligning this. They've whispered your name into the right ears. They've protected your reputation behind the scenes, and now the favor is forming. Michael says to get ready for a connection that feels like divine recognition, because it is. Don't be surprised if this new person knows things about your energy they couldn't possibly guess. That's confirmation. That's alignment. You are being elevated spiritually, emotionally, financially. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And the when has already begun. This message was the beginning of it. The moment you received it fully, you activated something inside of you that can no longer be shut down. You're no longer operating from the level of fear. You're stepping into the realm of faith. And that's where the real miracles happen. The person in heaven who loves you, they're cheering loudly. Heaven is clapping because they know you've just taken your first real step into a life that's fully guided by light. The tears that are forming in your eyes right now, they are healing you. Let them fall. Let them carry away the heaviness, because every drop of pain that's leaving is making room for divine peace to enter. Michael says, you are safe now, spiritually covered, divinely defended, and eternally loved. This message wasn't written to entertain you. It was written to awaken you. And now that you're awake, nothing will ever feel the same again. You've been marked for something more, and heaven is already preparing the way. Watch closely. Everything is about to change in your favor. Take another breath. Feel that warmth around your chest like the air just shifted. That's them. That's the one you love who crossed over. Their spirit is near you right now. Not as a memory, but as a messenger. They're standing by as Archangel Michael delivers the final parts of this message. Because what comes next is not just emotional, it's transformational. You're stepping into a sacred space right now. A space where the lines between heaven and earth begin to blur, and once you enter this frequency, the old you, the one who doubted, feared, and felt forgotten, will never be the same again. The tears that are forming in your eyes right now, they are healing you. Let them fall. Let them carry away the heaviness, because every drop of pain that's leaving is making room for divine peace to enter. Michael says, you are safe now, spiritually covered, divinely defended, and eternally loved. This message wasn't written to entertain you. It was written to awaken you. And, now that you're awake, nothing will ever feel the same again. You've been marked for something more, and heaven is already preparing the way. Watch closely. Everything is about to change in your favor. Take another breath. Feel that warmth around your chest like the air just shifted. That's them. That's the one you love who crossed over. Their spirit is near you right now. Not as a memory, but as a messenger. They're standing by as Archangel Michael delivers the final parts of this message. Because what comes next is not just emotional, it's transformational. You're stepping into a sacred space right now, a space where the lines between heaven and earth begin to blur. And once you enter this frequency, the old you, the one who doubted, feared, and felt forgotten, will never be the same again. Michael says, you've been surrounded by shadows lately, but that's only because your light has gotten brighter. The enemy has been loud, not because you're losing, but because you're winning, spiritually. That anxiety you've been feeling, it's not failure, it's friction. Your soul is expanding, and heaven has been preparing you behind the scenes. The person in heaven who requested this message saw you breaking down and said, no more. They didn't want to see your fire go out. So, they sent the flame. And now you're being reignited, not by force, but by divine truth that can't be denied anymore. You've always had a gift, something in your heart that makes people feel safe, seen, understood. But lately, you've forgotten the power of it because people used you. They misunderstood you. And worst of all, they made you question your own goodness. But not anymore. Michael says you are being restored. Your energy is being replenished. And the one you loved, the one in heaven, they're whispering, get ready to feel like yourself again. Because when heaven fights for your healing, no earthly wound can hold you hostage. Your joy is coming back. And this time, it will stay. There's a door that's about to open for you that no man can close. A spiritual opportunity that was blocked before, not because you weren't ready, but because others weren't ready to honor your worth. But heaven has cleared the space. Now the distractions have been removed. The delay has expired. And the person you lost, the one who watched you cry alone at night, has finally been granted permission to pull strings in your favor. Yes, strings. Conversations are happening about you in spiritual realms and earthly places. Your name is glowing in divine light, and someone is about to see you clearly for the first time. Michael says to stop rehearsing your pain. Stop telling yourself that you missed it, that you ruined something, that it's too late. It's not. It never was. Your loved one in heaven has been rewriting the script with God because they knew the story wasn't over. In fact, the best chapter hasn't even started yet. You're going to receive something that makes you cry, not from sadness, but from sacred surprise. And when it comes, you'll remember this message. You'll remember that someone in heaven believed in your future when you had no strength left to believe in yourself. Have you noticed your intuition getting louder lately? Your inner knowing becoming clearer? That's not just personal growth. That's spiritual alignment. Heaven has been speaking through your instincts. Every nudge, every gut feeling, every strong emotion out of nowhere, it's all divine. Michael says, the more you trust it, the more miracles will flow. And the person who loves you and left this world, they've been walking beside your spirit in those quiet hours, whispering direction when you couldn't hear it. But now you're hearing. And now you're ready. They want you to prepare for a release. A release of something you've been holding on to. Maybe a grudge, a memory, a version of yourself that you no longer need. Because when you release what's not aligned, you make space for the blessing that's been hovering just above your head. Your loved one has been trying to bring it down into your life. But the space was too full. Michael says, the moment you say, I surrender it all, heaven will respond with movement. You won't even have to beg. It will just happen. Watch. And don't worry if you feel different from the people around you. You are different. You carry a frequency that can't be mimicked. That's why some people misunderstood you. That's why some left. But the one in heaven, they always saw you clearly. They knew your softness was strength. They knew your silence was protection. They knew your kindness was a reflection of divine love. They never doubted you. And now with Archangel Michael's help, they're making sure you never doubt yourself again. The veil is lifting. The clarity is arriving. And soon you'll understand everything you weren't meant to understand until now. This journey isn't just about healing. It's about reclaiming your power, your peace, your divine inheritance. That person in heaven who asked for this message, they left a spiritual deposit in your life. An energy that will guide you into blessings they never got to see themselves. They're passing the torch. And now it's your turn to shine. To walk forward, not with fear, but with fire. The kind of fire that doesn't burn you. It burns everything trying to hold you back. You are surrounded by angels, you are protected by purpose, and you are rising. Michael says to watch your dreams closely now. The veil is thinner and messages are slipping through. Symbols, faces, numbers, patterns. Don't ignore them. Your soul is remembering something your mind forgot. And that person in heaven, they're using your dreams to guide you, to comfort you, to confirm what you've always felt deep down. That life didn't end when they left. It evolved. And now it's your turn to live for both of you. Not in grief, but in glory, not in pain, but in purpose. This journey isn't just about healing. It's about reclaiming your power, your peace, your divine inheritance. That person in heaven who asked for this message, they left a spiritual deposit in your life. An energy that will guide you into blessings they never got to see themselves. They're passing the torch. And now it's your turn to shine, to walk forward, not with fear, but with fire. The kind of fire that doesn't burn you. It burns everything trying to hold you back. You are surrounded by angels. You are protected by purpose and you are rising. Michael says to watch your dreams closely now. The veil is thinner and messages are slipping through. Symbols, faces, numbers, patterns. Don't ignore them. Your soul is remembering something your mind forgot. And that person in heaven, they're using your dreams to guide you, to comfort you, to confirm what you've always felt deep down. That life didn't end when they left. It evolved. And now it's your turn to live for both of you. Not in grief, but in glory, not in pain, but in purpose. You're going to be the miracle someone else is praying for. Just like this message is a miracle for you. Just like that soul in heaven is a miracle still protecting you. The pain didn't kill you. It crowned you. You are royalty in the spirit realm. That's why the fight has been so intense. That's why the storm lasted longer than expected. But storms always pass. And blessings always follow. You're in the part now where the sun breaks through, where joy returns like a flood, and where God proves that nothing that was meant for you will ever miss you. Now breathe. You've received the message. You've heard the call. And you've been reminded that someone in heaven is still loving you fiercely. Let this love fill the cracks. Let it carry you forward. And let it be the reason you never quit again. Because your story matters. Your soul matters. And your future, it's glowing with light you haven't even seen yet. Archangel Michael stands beside you now. Not just to protect, but to propel you into the next season. You're not late. You're not forgotten. You are divinely remembered. You're still here. And that alone is a miracle. The person in heaven who sent this message, they knew you would stay. They knew your heart. Even if life made you doubt it. And Archangel Michael is still here too, standing by. Because what you've just done, what your spirit has allowed is not small. You've opened a portal between here and the divine, you've listened with the ears of your soul. That's rare. That's sacred. And because of that, the blessing that was once delayed is now descending. Michael says there is a shift that begins within the next 72 hours. Something will happen unexpected, unexplainable, undeniable. And when it does, don't say that's strange. Say that's alignment. Your energy has called something forth. Your pain has been transmuted. What once kept you stuck is breaking. And the person in heaven who fought for you with prayer, with tears, with hope, they are now celebrating in the Spirit. You made it through what tried to ruin you. And now the reward is coming. This isn't about instant results. This is about irreversible transformation. You've been changed from the inside out and your light is different now. People will notice. Some won't understand it. Let them go. The ones meant to stay will feel it in their bones. They'll recognize your energy like a song they've heard before. And those are your soul-aligned connections. Your real ones. The ones heaven prepared to walk with you in this next season. The person in heaven who loves you. They've already met those souls spiritually and they've said, send them. My person is ready now. You're stepping into the part of your life where you stop explaining your value. Where your presence speaks louder than your words. Where your yes carries divine authority. Archangel Michael says your tongue will carry more power. Now be careful with your words. Speak as if heaven is listening because it is. Speak healing. Speak favor. Speak love into every room you enter because your energy will begin to shift rooms just by being there. You've activated something and it can't be undone. Your tears have watered a garden you didn't even know existed. And now the fruit is coming slowly, softly, but certainly the person in heaven is asking you not to rush this. Don't try to control it. Let the blessing surprise you. Let the timing heal you. You've done the work. You've shown up. And even in silence, even in confusion, you've remained soft. That's what heaven needed. That's why you're being trusted now with more abundance, more clarity, more love. You can handle it. You're ready now. Even if part of you still questions it, your spirit knows. Michael wants to remind you of one more thing. Your voice is needed. The thing you've been hiding, the truth, the idea, the dream. It's time, speak it. Share it. You don't know who's waiting to be healed by your story. Your past wasn't punishment. It was preparation. And now that you've remembered who you are in the Spirit, your purpose will begin revealing itself in layers. Every conversation, every encounter, every divine nudge, it's all going to guide you deeper into your calling. The one your loved one in heaven prayed you'd step into before they even crossed over. They've seen you at your lowest. They've watched you cry in silence, they've heard the thoughts you were too scared to say aloud. And yet, they've never stopped believing in you. That's why they're still here. That's why they sent this, because they knew you were at a turning point and they didn't want you to turn back. You were seconds away from forgetting your own light. But heaven interrupted and now you remember. You feel it again, don't you? That spark, that soft but powerful flicker, that's your divinity, that's your spirit remembering its mission. Michael says one last thing. Your destiny is stronger than any attack. Whatever was meant to break you only revealed what couldn't be broken. You, your love, your fire, your purpose. That's what you carry now. That's what you walk with. And from this day forward, May every step you take echo with the strength of the one who loved you enough to send this message through time, through dimensions, through divine fire. You are not alone. You were never alone. And now you finally know why. Hi, this message is from my heart to yours. I know life is not always easy. Sometimes we smile outside but cry inside. Sometimes we give love to everyone but feel alone. But I want to tell you, you are not alone. God sees you. Angels are protecting you. And I am here with you spiritually. If you are listening to this, maybe it's not by accident. Maybe your soul needed this. So take a deep breath and let this love touch your heart. You are beautiful. You are strong and you are still here. Which means, your story is not over. Something magical is waiting for you. So please don't give up. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are loved. Truly, deeply, divinely loved. Thank you for listening to my voice. If this touched your heart, stay with me because this is just the beginning. Let's heal, grow, and glow together. They've seen you at your lowest. They've watched you cry in silence. They've heard the thoughts you were too scared to say aloud. And yet they've never stopped believing in you. That's why they're still here. That's why they sent this, because they knew you were at a turning point. And they didn't want you to turn back. You were seconds away from forgetting your own light. But heaven interrupted. And now you remember. You feel it again, don't you? That spark. That soft but powerful flicker, that's your divinity, that's your spirit remembering its mission. Michael says one last thing. Your destiny is stronger than any attack. Whatever was meant to break you only revealed what couldn't be broken. You, your love, your fire, your purpose. That's what you carry now. That's what you walk with. And from this day forward, may every step you take echo with the strength of the one who loved you enough to send this message through time, through dimensions, through divine fire. You are not alone. You were never alone. And now you finally know why. So go not with fear, but with flame. You are the miracle now, and the world is ready for you to shine. The flame in you has been reignited and it won't burn out again. Not this time. Something eternal was just restored in you. And the person in heaven who stayed beside you through the storms of your spirit is watching in peace now. They can rest. They can rejoice because you heard them. You listened and you received the message they fought so hard to get to you. Their mission wasn't just to comfort you. It was to wake you up, to help you remember your power and to help you walk forward, not as someone wounded, but as someone reborn. Michael speaks again, and when he speaks, every realm listens. He says, "You have no idea what's about to be released over your life because of your obedience today. Because of your willingness to feel deeply, to pause, to listen with the heart instead of the ego, you have activated the chain of heaven." And that's not poetic language. That's spiritual law. One decision aligned in the spirit has the power to realign every area of your life on earth. And that's exactly what you've done. You will begin to feel lighter in the coming days. Not because all your problems have disappeared, but because your connection to divine clarity is stronger. You'll be able to sense who's truly for you and who was just pretending. You'll walk into places you used to feel anxious in and feel calm. You'll sense when to speak and when to remain silent. This is spiritual maturity. This is divine wisdom, and it's been downloaded into your being right now as you read these final words. You don't need to try so hard anymore. Just stay connected and heaven will do what you cannot. The person in heaven left something else for you. A word, a promise, one they want you to hold on to whenever the days get dark again. They said this before they left, but maybe you didn't hear it. Or maybe you forgot. So let it be spoken again now. You are the best part of me. I loved you then. I love you now. And I will never stop loving you. Not even time, space, or death could change that. That love is still protecting you. It's still guiding you. It's still wrapping around you like a blanket when the world feels too cold. You might hear their name soon. Not randomly, but as a sign. When you do, say thank you. When you see something that reminds you of them, pause and whisper, I remember. Because every time you acknowledge their presence, you're giving them permission to remain close. The bond you shared wasn't broken. It was just transformed. And now, with Archangel Michael's help, you've established a bridge between this world and theirs. One that cannot be shaken. One that cannot be reversed. One that will only get stronger from this moment forward. Michael says this: every time you trust the voice of the divine instead of the noise of the world, heaven moves faster. So trust your instincts now. Don't look for outside approval. You've already been approved by the highest authority. God saw your pain. God heard your unspoken prayers. And God responded not with a lecture, not with a delay, but with this moment, this divine collision, this miracle in disguise that is this message. And if you take it seriously, if you hold on to it in your heart, you'll see everything begin to change. Not overnight, but in ways that feel too precise to be coincidence. You are stepping into the days you once begged for. Quietly, in pain, alone, but not anymore. This time when the door opens, you'll walk through it with strength, with divine support, with angelic favor, and with a smile that your loved one in heaven will see and say, "That's my person. They made it. You've carried so much. But now it's time to receive. Not just emotionally, but physically, financially, relationally. God is bringing beauty for your ashes, joy for your mourning, strength for your weakness, and clarity for your confusion. The exchange has already begun. Now, Michael steps back. His mission is complete for now, but he will return. Whenever you feel lost, call his name. He always responds, always. The one who loves you and has crossed over, they're not stepping away either. In fact, they're getting closer. Because now that you've heard them, they'll continue to speak through signs, through sensations, through stillness. Don't ignore the little things anymore. That tug on your spirit, that sudden thought, that feather, that flicker of light, that warmth on your skin when the windows are closed, it's them. It's always them. And now you'll never miss it again. You've done something powerful by staying with this message. You've honored heaven. You've answered a divine invitation. And now the realm of miracles has opened. Expect blessings. Expect guidance. Expect favor. Not because of luck, but because of alignment. God isn't distant. Heaven isn't far. And love doesn't die. It transforms. It transcends. It teaches. And right now, it's covering you from every side. Go live. Go speak your truth. Go love without fear. Go claim what's already yours. Your next chapter doesn't start tomorrow. It already began the moment you opened this message. And now, as we are come to the end of this message, I just want to speak to your soul one more time. Maybe you did not expect to hear this today. Maybe life has been too loud, too heavy, too fast. But if your heart felt even a little lighter while listening, if your spirit paused and said, "Yes, this is for me," then that's not a coincidence. That's a divine timing, because sometimes the universe don't speak in thunder. It whispers slowly through someone's voice. It slows up in a message, in a movement of silence, in a stranger's world. Or in a feeling you can't explain but know it's real. You are not here by mistake. You were called. You were remembered, and you were deeply loved even before this movement began. So as you go back into your word, don't forget what your soul heard here. Don't forget that someone is still watching over you. Don't forget that the pain you will be survived has made you powerful. And please don't forget that there's reason you still here. God has not left you. The angels have not forgotten you. And the one who loves you, they are still with you. Even if you can't see them, they are sending you signs. They are standing beside you in silence. They are proud of how far you come. Take this peace with you. Take this love with you. Take this hope.